Hello everyone, I am Lee. This is the FMS latest 90mm Avanti aircraft. When everyone plays the airplane game, they look just like the real Avanti. You can't avoid this type of air role-playing machine. So today, we're taking a look at FMS latest 90mm Avanti in its FMS 18th anniversary edition. Let's take a look at the characteristics of this aircraft first. First of all, look, this color. This red and black scarf. I think this color is really awesome. That is, the old 3A will often use this color scheme before. Compared to the old 3A blue, white, and red scheme, this one is quite different. I think this color combination feels more attractive. In addition to painting, another biggest feature is that this aircraft is equipped with a vector nozzle. If you think this configuration is normal and it is not enjoyable to fly, then there must be a big improvement in picking the right nozzle and enhancing how the aircraft performs. Except of the power boost, navigation lights, and foaming density and series of improvements. That's the upgrade. This might not be as straightforward as the paint and vector nozzles. Even though the plane didn't fly, I think it should be just like the package says. With Vector and RUFA flight control, players can fly however they want and do whatever they want in the sky. Now let's take a look of this. This is what it looks like when you open it up. The same structure as a lunchbox with 2 layers. In the upper layer, there is 2 wings. And in the bottom layer, there is tail of the fuselage, also this tail. This plane is very long, so this nozzle at this position is placed separate. It's partly for length, partly for other factors, and partly for replaceability. It becomes a vector nozzle version. The nozzle should be a little longer than this. It's about this long, and it will also be heavier than this. So the front half of the fuselage should still have a counterweight. This is a normal version? In fact, the whole aircraft doesn't have many parts. It doesn't look like a real aircraft or missiles, but it's still pretty neat. Let's get all this out. The first thing you notice when you take out the whole plane that I feel prettier than the color on the package. This red, gold, and black paint will surprise you more in reality than in the photo. Let's take a look at the fuselage first. This cockpit is a snap-on cockpit. Only press it and it will open. This is the FMS man with a mustache that never changes. I feel that the texture of the whole foam is indeed harder than the previous plane. There is a huge battery compartment in front. It comes with a standard EC5 plug. Now the FMS plane should come standard without the remote. If you need remote, you have to buy the V3 version of remote by yourself. There is a distribution board behind the cabin. In fact, the whole structure right looks a bit like the 70mm Avanti behind me. It's the same. It's like an enlarged version. The 70 performs really well already, but I'm even more excited to see how the 90 perform. There is a navigation light on the back and downside of the aircraft. The color of the whole aircraft is also very well made. This is front of the air inlet. There is no plastic cover, so you have to be careful not to bump the front lip when moving the plane. Also, this edge of the cockpit is particularly prone to paint peeling, and it look ugly. Then here is wing installed, it attached quickly. There's not much more to say about that. Now looking back, it's the tail section of the plane. The cover plate of the front landing gear is a split. There should be an aluminum landing gear inside in this cabinet. Then here the front position of the head cone. This head cone is not magnetic, it attached with buckles. Just place it directly on it. That's all. Hey! The head cone is installed. After that we look at the wing. What's different this time is that the FMS did not install pull rod on aircraft. So we need to install this pull rod ourselves. Look, this wing tip and navigation light. Then logo of Avanti and ailerons and flaps are both axis hinges. There is hinge with this flaps. This is the position of landing gear. Then it is still an aluminum alloy, kneeling as I said previous. The entire weight of this wing is about 18 grams. It is a very standard Avanti wing. The tail wing has 2 flaps, but no steering gear lever. Then the flat tail is installed. Reinstall the vertical tail is very simple. Although the flat tail feels that the shape is a little strange. The strength is still fine. It's a 90 aircraft. The vertical tail is a sign of a huge 18th anniversary logo. The recognition of coding is very, very high. Then the rudder is also the hinge of the shaft. So the whole machine is hinged. They didn't use foam hinges. And then finally, here's the tail. There is nothing to say about this tail. It is so simple. At the end of this tail fin is a plastic one to keep people from brushing against this tail fin during takeoff or landing. The package says that the sound of the aircraft's passage, it should be closer to a turbojet. We'll talk about this when we fly. So the structure of the airplane is very simple. Just install the tail wing and just put on it. And this should be an attaching position. Pass the line through to connect it to this plug for the upper and lower rudder. Then fix the 3 screws at the back with that tail wing first. There are also 2 screw holes. It should have been suppressed together when installing this vertical tail. And then finally install the tail. There's nothing to put on the wings, right? Here we have 2 fiber tubes. We have to put this here inside wing hole. Like a 90s Viper. Another they have 2 pipes. Some friends get it only 1. Actually, it doesn't seem to be a problem. But it feels like if something goes wrong, it's a big problem. Now put wings. Attach wing like this, then fix the 2 screws. The wing is installed. Then there is a ball head. Install the tie rod and debug the entire aircraft. Now this installation is basically finished. The whole plane looks so cool after it's assembled. This red and gold color combination is really beautiful. When the entire lights turn on, that feeling is really pleasant to the eye. And the feeling when landing gear inside. Yeah, it looks really wow. And the damping of the entire landing gear is also very good. They have 1 spring inside. It's as soft when you press it, there is a very strong damping feeling. This should give better shock absorption effect. So next, we're going to take this plane out and fly it. At the end, if you have any question regarding ask in comment box. Also do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.